Hi guys. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lee? What's up? What's up? What's up? We'll get started in a little bit. I just sent out the link now, so we should get some people in. How's this Beanox going? Actually, I should have scalped this. I didn't scalp it, but oh damn, that guy. That's brutal. So obviously Beanox is going to be probably the main watch today. For me, I don't know if I will be probably, I don't know if I will trade this maybe. Let's see how the market is today. This week the market has not been great at all for small caps in my opinion. All the plays that have been running are really just pre-market, and then probably within the first hour or so and market open, and then pretty much dead for the rest of the day of that. But what I have noticed is a lot of the sub $1 stocks have been pretty strong. IMPX, LIFW, TTO, AVTX, all of these, they've been running as well. I know they have kind of a cult following on Twitter and Reddit, but regardless of that, they still have been pretty holding up pretty well. So we'll see how they do today as well. These candles here, I don't know what was going on here, honestly. It's insane. My main watch right now is just this GRTS at the moment. We can see what's happening with this is that every time it's come to VWAP, we've seen it reject, right? So we needed to break above VWAP. So this 160 level, once it breaks 160, then we should start to see it push to this 185 level. So that's what you can wait for on this. We can say it's forming a falling wedge here. So we do expect this to break above. Just needs to hold this support level here that I have, this orange line. BXRX, I'll check it out now. One sec. Just bear with me as well, guys. I am still sick, but a lot of you guys have asked for me to do the YouTube, so I'll do my best. So yeah, this one we expect to break above. We need obviously it to break above VWAP, which is around this 160 level. So that's kind of where you can what you can wait for on that. So you have this level next, so 172. Then you have it all the way up here, which is 187. So let's see what this does. Technically speaking, this should break above. It's pretty much pulled back quite a lot since open, so I do expect this to break above. Let's see. So GRTS, so just watch for break above trend line on this. BXRX, let me have a look. BXRX, yeah, this is trying falling wedge here. It did break out this falling wedge, but for me, so you can see obviously this was the previous high here. It ran to this level here, and then it rejected, and then it pulled back, right, which was here. In my opinion, I would just wait for this 0.73 level because we've seen it rejected once and then obviously twice here. So if it breaks out, then we should expect it to continue to push to the upside. But if we're looking at here, I know this is only on the 1 minute chart, but if we're looking here, it's pretty much steady, right? So it does look good, obviously, but for confirmation and safe entries, you want it to break above this 0.73 level. So let's see if this can keep respecting this, because this would be ideal if it can obviously respect this. I'm going to add this to my watch list as the small ones, sub $1. So all these orange ones here are kind of just the sub $1 plays. These green ones are just from the watch list that I've had, and then the blue ones are just the main kind of plays that I'm watching it at the moment. Yeah, elite. So just wait for this 0.73. So obviously now we can see, right, just remove all the drawings, look at VWAP, where's VWAP? So we can see it's acting area support. Once it reclaimed VWAP, it's starting to push up. If you want, you can even do this. This is higher risk entries, right? If it just simply breaks that trend line, you can maybe look for an entry. You can even say this is a bullish pennant, so you expect this to break above. But for me personally, there's two ways you can enter this. You can enter this either once it reclaims VWAP, okay, or you can wait for it. Personally, I wouldn't even use this as a bullish pennant because of there's not enough price action to show. But for me right now is a riskier entry would be for it to break above this trend line, and then a safe entry would be to wait for it to break the high. That's all. So how I entered this BNOX earlier, what I mentioned to you guys on Twitter, and I also mentioned in the Discord, was this 140 break. So this was where I got in. Over here, I got in at 140. I sold it way earlier than I should have, obviously, but who knew it was going to run 500% or whatever it did. So all I did was, for me, what happened was I looked at it right. This is the only price action I had from this red candle here. So what I did was I simply had it on the 1 minute chart like this. Okay, I saw that it was up pre-market, right? And then I saw it pull back to this level here, and then all I waited for it was to break above this high, 140. Once it broke that high, all I did was enter the trade, and then it pushed up. I personally entered in a little bit before on BNOX. So the reason why I entered a bit before was because it ran up, okay, it made this 140 high, pulled back. Once it pulled back, I waited for it to reclaim VWAP. So if a play always goes below VWAP, it's either going to hold VWAP and bounce off it, or it's going to go below. For me, I waited. There was no candle that closed above VWAP, so it didn't indicate a reversal. We can see, so since it made that high, big red candle, right, bearish engulfing, and then it came all the way down to here. Once it reclaimed over here, this was my entry point here, this 130 over here. This is the candle I entered on, okay? And then the reason why I did that was because VWAP acts as an area of support or resistance, okay? In this case, it acted as an area of support. It broke below support. Once it reclaimed this resistance level, okay, that's when I started to look for an entry. We saw the bias stepping in, big green candles. Here was my entry point, and then I expected it to break above, which it did. And then obviously it ran all that way up. I did not hold all that way. I wish I did, but everything is easy in hindsight. But I made some profit, which was fine. So yeah, this should definitely be on watch list for everyone today. It's going to be a very volatile play. Do not buy this at open or chase it open. Yes, this can go to $500. It can also go all the way back down to $1, right? Everything is easy in hindsight when it runs up. But the thing is, you can get in at open and it comes straight down. And then you always know that majority of the time when you do decide to get in at open, you probably lose, right? And then what happens for the rest of the day? You're chasing, right? That means that you're chasing every single play, trying to find every single trade and trying to make up for that red because you jumped into a stupid trade at open when you could have waited, right? The stock has ran, guys. It's ran, it's gone, right? All you need to do is just wait for it to pull back. Let this thing pull back to at least 470, at least that level there. And then all the way down to even like 380. Because if you're trying to enter here, it's very, very risky. That's all. Look, we can see here's falling wedge again, number 2. This CHS, I don't really like this. I'm just going to remove this from my watch list. ASNS, I'm going to keep this one on watch list, guys, simply because it is up 7%. It has still got this downtrend, but for me, all I'm waiting for on this is simply just to reclaim 140. Yeah, I know I'm still sick, still coughing, but I should be better by Monday. So yeah, all I'm waiting for is 140 on this. 140 break, and I'll look for an entry in this because, yes, this is an area of support. Breaking this trend line isn't enough for me. So all I'll wait for is just for confirmation above this resistance line here. BXRX, what's happening? So BXRX is still holding. Now, be bullish engulfing. This is a morning star. This could be a reversal right here. INPX, strange candles. GNS, let me have a look. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I know it's not the best when you're coughing and everything, but I'll be fine. GNS, yeah, this thing is just really like I said with this, I always say it when I mention this one to Johnny, I think, is that 115 is where you should look, because it hasn't been holding $1 at all. We've seen it try and hold $1, keeps coming down. So in my opinion, just wait for it to go to 115, then you can probably look for possible entries. But if you're trying to enter now, you're always going to think, oh, this is time it's going to run, this is the time it's going to run, and so on. So in my opinion, it's just best to just wait for confirmation, because otherwise you're going to just play a guessing game and just going to keep trying to jump into the play for no reason, right? So we all want to get the best entry, but trying to do that is also very difficult. So it's not the end of the world if you do miss the initial move. But this is going to probably be the top mover today, this BNOX. Probably going to hold up or down at open. It's going to be a pretty insane move in my opinion. If you do grab this, it would be lotto shares in my opinion, meaning that it should not make an effect on your account at all if this thing goes back down to $1, right? So simply all I'm doing is just drawing an area of support here. So this is this here, 475. So we'll see what this does at open. Why is this 475? Because we can see this was previous resistance here, broke above, retested this, ran up, pulled back to 475, and then pretty much came to this $5 level here at support. And then we can put this now as kind of the new high at the moment. So 625, that could be your purple line. So this is where you could look for possible entries, and then obviously the high of day is just 780. I know it says 784, but I'll just move it to 785 on this. If I'm looking at it right now, right, it's just simply in a downtrend. So yeah, you don't want to be entering this trade right now. Where's the next area of support? It's simply just looking at where the next levels are touched, so around 375. So this would be your next level of support, and then this level here, which is $3, like logical. So these would be your levels here. Let me just post this on Twitter, because I know people are going to want this to copy this chart. So these are your levels here on BNOX. So this is just key levels shown on this. GRTS, what's happening with this? I really like this setup. Like I said with this, it should break out. I am in this trade. Let's see, it's BXRX. AVTX, let me have a look. AVTX, let me have a look. Let's see. AVTX. Yeah, this looks good. So look here, there's a previous falling wedge, broke above, broke out, came back to support again, and then we saw now it is forming a falling wedge again. So we do expect it to break above. You want it to break above 0.155. Then you have room to 0.175, and then pretty much room to all the way to 0.23 on this. Right, I'll be here for like 5 more minutes, guys. I am like coughing so much, so I don't want to keep coughing for you guys. BFRG, let me have a look here. BFRG, this is a decent triangle. Let me check something quickly. So if you guys know chart patterns, this is a bearish chart pattern at the moment. So that means that we expect this to break below. So look here, this is a bearish chart pattern, right? So this means we expect this to break below. So the price action like this is that, and then down. So this isn't looking too good at the moment. The only way you want to enter this is if it reclaims 350. But if you're trying to enter now, it's very risky. ASNS coming down. BNOX. I do like BNOX. Still in that downtrend though. Your level you need is definitely the 625 is what you should mark for this level. On this. If you guys want to post a couple more tickets, I'll do a few more and then gonna head off. I think just when I speak a lot, I'm coughing, so. IMPX. I know a lot of people want to ask probably about this TTO. This is pretty much right at the bottom of this level now, this falling wedge. It's decision time here. So 0.21 is what we need on this. Hopefully we can get above that. Let me just check if there are any other movers. CHS was up. But it does look like at the moment the theme plays are definitely these sub $1 stocks, right? So kind of anything under $1 seems to be the best move at the moment for playing. Because everything else doesn't seem to be doing too well this week. I like this setup now. BXRX is looking good now. Uh, 0.54 would be your support level. Should break above now on this play. So here's your BXRX chart. What is this? Let me have a look. GRTS, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm in this trade. So as I mentioned, like just before I drew this out, sorry guys, just before I drew this out, I did show you that this was a falling wedge to break out, so it did exactly what I expected. This is probably my best setup today. I am in this trade, so hopefully you can, is it broke VWAP now? Nah, so it keeps rejecting VWAP. We get above VWAP, we should get going on this pretty much all the way to around probably high of day. So I really like this setup a lot. It's probably my #1 setup for today. So we got that breakout, which is nice. Now we just need VWAP and then 172 next. Let's see what this can do into open. This is probably, yeah, this is definitely gonna be my top play into open. I know that BNOX is probably everyone's top watch, but it's just going to be extremely volatile into open. It's going to be very difficult to trade this one, in my opinion. So we'll just have to be cautious with this if you guys do trade it today. How's this? Let's watch this play. So yeah, BNOX is holding this 475 support. So you guys can all just mark that on your charts. Just mark this 475 level as an area of support, and then you need 625 because that's that previous high here on that. Yeah, this needs to break this VWAP. It keeps rejecting it every time. There's nothing really else moving too much, guys. I know BXRX, what's happening? This coming down. It's trying. But yeah, it's just really mainly these sub $1 stocks that are running at the moment, and then I would just watch these three plays here. So ASNS, BNOX, it's breaking out right now, and then GRTS. These three plays would be probably the top watches for myself into open on this. So I'll just run through quickly, and then I'm gonna head off into the Discord. I'm not even going to be able to live trade today. I can't keep coughing like this. It's not good. So BNOX #1 trade. Everyone should be watching this, right? It's going to be very, very volatile. So just be cautious with this. I would not be trading normal sideways trade at all. Anything can happen with this. ASNS. I'm just trying to hold this level here. Hopefully we get to 140 break for an entry. GRTS, all we need is VWAP break on this, and then hopefully it keeps pushing to the upside on that. And then BJDX, not much volume on the rest of these plays. If you guys can do me a big favor, if you can just like up the stream and subscribe if you guys haven't, I would really appreciate it. And if you do have any questions regards to Discord, I'll send the link in here if you want to join as well. So I don't think I'll be able to live trade this week. I normally live trade Wednesday to Friday, but since I am sick, I won't be live trading at all. But I do still give alerts and everything the same, so nothing changes in that regard. Damn, there it goes. All right, guys. I know it was a lot shorter one today. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, but hopefully I will be better, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.